Hello, hello. This is Rose of sacredroseyoga.com, and this is the first video of many to come. I wanted to introduce myself for those of you who do not know me. I'm a yoga teacher out of the Los Angeles area. I also teach meditation, do Rayad Sechem healing, and essential oil therapy. What you can kind of expect in future videos are just kind of yoga tidbits, maybe specific instruction on certain poses. I might also lead a meditation, teach you some pranayama or breath work. It just kind of depends on what I'm vibing with at that moment. So today I wanted to just give you guys a really quick little yogic tidbit, and I think this is a good one because a lot of people, I teach a lot of beginners, and a lot of beginners come into class, they're not familiar with the language of yoga. Some of them are kind of scared of it all. They're just there because maybe their partner made them go, or maybe they're genuinely curious and they just really don't know what they signed up for. So usually in my classes, I'll take some time to kind of break down the things that we do, like what it means to namaste, or what an om is, or what we do with our hands, these funky gestures and stuff. So what I wanted to offer you guys today is one of the most common things you'll see in a yoga class is Jnana Mudra. So Jnana Mudra is a hand gesture that we typically do in a meditative way. So if we're sitting and we're meditating, or if we're doing a breath technique, we might also include a hand gesture. It just kind of depends on what you're really doing. But typically in a yoga class, if a teacher asks you to do this, they might not go into the full explanation of what it actually means. So I wanted to do that for you guys. And for those of you who are not familiar with it, again, Jnana Mudra. And basically, according to the science of yoga, the body is comprised of the 5 elements, and each of our fingers represents those 5 elements. So the thumb is fire, the index finger is air, the middle finger is Akash, or ether or spirit, the ring finger is earth, and the pinky is water. Also, in the Tantric texts, they teach us that in Jnana Mudra, we're not only talking about the elements, but we're also describing the 3 elements of the mind. So the 3 gunas, and the 3 gunas are Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. And Tamas is the energy of the mind that's more lethargic, kind of slow and heavy. Rajas is a little bit faster, a little bit more fiery, and if you live in the Los Angeles area, driving down the 405, you definitely have a lot of Tamas, so you know what that one's all about. But then there's this last one, which is Sattva, and a lot of us don't know about Sattva that well because it's difficult to not only experience in our bodies, but it's also difficult to find in our minds because we're always running and our minds are going like this. So a Sattva is when Tamas and Rajas are actually in balance. So that's when you kind of find that state of bliss, that state of evenness. Also, the index finger represents the individual's self, and the thumb represents the universal consciousness, or the mass collective. So in a way, this is a nice and beautiful gesture of uniting the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. And how it's typically practiced is you might take the hand and place it over the heart, which represents the fire, the agni. So this helps to bring up this element of fire in the body. So we practice it with the hand here at the heart, and maybe we'll place the other hand over our thigh, palms up or down, and you may even want to also replicate Jnana Mudra in this hand and maybe have it palm down. This is known as Chin Mudra. That's another video, so we won't go into that, but this is something you can do very simply when you're just sitting there and you're going into meditation, you want to do a little bit of breath work, or maybe in the beginning of a yoga class when you're just kind of starting to settle your energy. So it's a lovely way to elicit the body and the mind to come into a place of harmony. So I hope that helped you guys, and if you have any other kinds of questions or want to see something in the future, please email me. You can find my email address on my website. Again, it's sacredroseyoga.com. I thank you so much for visiting my video and my page, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you so much again. Namaste.